We'll now go to Mr. Johns for 2.5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. One war and battle that we don't talk enough about is the war against climate change. And we know that the military has stepped up, and we are all grateful, whether it be the floods or last summer, 350, military personnel that helped tackle fires that were raging across the interior in British Columbia and in Manitoba. I guess, I'm wondering, what is DND's goal in terms of helping tackle this war that we have against climate mitigation and change and the fires? Because we know that it's downloaded primarily the responsibility onto provinces. And I guess, I think about Coulson Aviation, a company in my riding that's a global firefighting leader, especially when it comes to night firefighting capacity. They're in Australia, Argentina, the United States, Chile, Bolivia, but they're not doing business here in Canada, and they could help us put out fires from, raging that is, would actually be helping tackle climate change by putting them out quickly. It's that Canadian story of Canadian companies actually not getting procurement from the government that could help take on these huge issues. So I guess my question is, maybe Mr. Pagé, you can help with this because it is defence D&D related. Why in Canada does the military not support aerial firefighting capabilities, with C-130s, CH-47s, and Blackhawks, where this is common practice in the United States? Maybe you can tell me whether you're considering it or looking at it, because I think it would be very important for the federal government to take leadership and help support this really important need.
So thank you, Mr. Chair, for the question. And I think the word need here probably, not that I want to shy away from an answer, but I think I will defer to my colleagues in DND. In PSPC, when we execute a solicitation process, we actually we get the need, the requirement from the client, in this case at DND, and then we look at how to execute the solicitation process.
I think that is what's happening right now. Like, the provinces are making requests and the federal government stepping in, but why isn't the federal government getting ahead of it and playing offense and actually assuming the responsibility of night firefighting capacity, for example, working with companies like Coulson and actually being there on ready standby to help support provinces, because we know it's going to get worse. And we know a lot of provinces actually don't have capacity. Is this something DND is considering and looking at?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think I'll defer to my DND colleague here. In PSPC, I'm responsible for the defense and marine branch, and that requirement is not being tracked at the moment.
Thank you, gentlemen. And unfortunately, time-wise, we need to move on.